Friends, welcome back. Your smile is our smile. Today we can learn about computational book profits. What is book profit? Book profit is nothing but simply is the difference between revenue and expenses. So we are dealing with how to compute it. Basically we follow Companies Act and Schedule 6 to compute book profit. But there are certain companies where these provisions are not applicable because they are governed by their own acts like insurance company, electricity company, banking company, etc. First, let us see net profit as per P&L will be given in the question. We have to add back revaluation reserve. So all revaluation reserve will be added back, and if we have withdrawn in anything earlier will be deducted. Just keep in mind that in the question, if there is a sentence telling to depreciation means, it's an easy trick to remember that if seeing it as to depreciation, just add it as add depreciation. So you can just add it back. Depreciation should be added back. Especially depreciation debited as per Companies Act is only added back. Next is deferred tax liability. For the same, in the question it will be given two provision for taxation. If it is two provision for taxation, just add it back. And if it is by provision of taxation, just reduce. I am telling this for the easy way to learn and present in exam. Okay, what is notional loss? Notional loss is something which is not yet realized as a real loss. So we will not consider notional loss in book profit. If you have any notional loss, please set off with a notional gain. We will not take into consideration book profit. Next is income exempted. We know there are so many income which are exempted. Suppose you have any expenditure incurred on it, can be claimed as book profit. But the income derived from the income, exempted income under section 10, 11, 12 will not be considered. Example, agriculture income. Or if agriculture income is there, then we will reduce. Why? Because agriculture income is having a separate provision. Next is expenditure relating to income which a associate will be getting. Suppose he or she is having an association of person. That expenditure can be added back and the income expense can be reduced. So let us look the case of royalty. In case of royalty, expenditure incurred for getting the royalty. How you will get a royalty? Suppose you have designed something. You designed a product like car and bike. You are the designer. You will get a royalty. If you are a patent holder, the expenditure which you provided for getting that royalty will be added back and the income which you get is reduced. Example, you spend so many amount for research and expenses. Those will be added back and the income which you will get from the company who is producing your product will get reduced. Next is foreign company. Any expenditure related to foreign company, just ignore. Okay, just ignore. And moreover, we will go for next, Ind AS adjustment. See, Ind AS adjustment, in that they say if any amount is credited to other comprehensive income, just add it back. In the question it is written that it is credited to other comprehensive income, just add it back. And if seen as debited means just reduce. So what are other comprehensive incomes? It's the foreign grant, foreign exchange, Indian government grant, etc. Okay, we will just add back the income which we are credited to OCI and reduce the debited one. So all kind of foreign operations will not be come under OCI. As we know, AS2 deals with inventory. Inventory is considered under book profit. Next is demerger. Demerger is nothing but we are splitting our own company into small companies, making resulting company and demerged company. So it's a kind of another form of merger and amalgamation. So the consideration which we receive, it's a credit which will not be taken into book profit because it is not a profit. It's a kind of deal, merger and amalgamation. That is why we are reducing the consideration we received in demerger. But the expenses which we incurred for demerger, debited in P&L and transferred to OCI can be added back. Let's see about independent additions. The following 5 items are the independent additions which we will add back. They are unascertained liability, losses made by our subsidiary companies, tax paid and dividend paid, even the provision for diminishing value of asset. Diminishing value of asset means reduction from its original value. So once more I say, unascertained liability, losses made by subsidiaries, tax paid, dividend paid can be added back. Next is independent deletions. There are some items which we should delete from profit. They are profit made by a seed company, or if there is any brought forward losses or unabsorbed depreciation, whichever is less. But if our balance sheet shows a nil value and there is no brought forward loss or depreciation, then no need to do anything. So okay, next, any profit made from tonnage scheme. Tonnage scheme is that is a kind of carrying goods in aircraft or ship or lorry, the capacity, it all comes under tonnage. Any profit derived from that kind will be added. Thanks for watching my video. Like and subscribe. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. So criminal.